Hey guys, come on in. Taisha, Cheryl, Jay, Katrina, Mishi. Is that Mishi's little coral colors that are coming up? Chevelle. Amen. I'm coming right back, guys. I'm going to put something good on for you. And I'm coming, Cheryl. I'm coming. That's right. Say hello to each other. Say hello, hello, hello. I see y'all. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'll be right there. There's the chair. She's coming. I be afraid to play stuff now because they be so funny about copyright. All right.
Welcome to the transformational teaching of Drs.
You are my health, my power, my strength. You are the heat running through my veins, and you help me do what I I must do, and I owe it all to you. My wounds, my pain, my sorrow, my grief. You are the balm that covers me. River of life, green pastures I see, and through the storm I still have peace. Sickness, disease, you can't have your way, 'cause God is the healing running through my veins, and no bad report could steal my joy away. 'Cause God, you're the healing running through my veins. Yeah. You sent your word, and I believe it's two-edged sword to surgery. First in my spirit, my soul and body is relishing eternally. So sickness, disease, you can't have your way.
Hello, good evening.
The healing
All right. Okay, y'all a little slow on Facebook Live coming in, but to those who are in, greetings, God bless you. That's right, everybody's saying good evening to everyone. Healing is the children's bread. Yes. Captain test tomorrow, absolutely. Hi Keish, glad you're on. Hello Sylvie, Jackie Harden. Just over a little bit in my face. Hello Elder Ross. Good evening, good people. How are you this evening? Did everyone get a chance to greet your neighbor? Give him a holy high five? Yes. Some people just want to talk. You just got to understand. All right. It's 9:11. We're going to get ready to get started. Oh, yeah. You're going to get some of that, Regina. That's right. Good evening, Periscope delegates. Tonight, if you know any young women or any young men that are, well, younger, because I know we are young, struggling in a relationship or from a former relationship or a relationship that they couldn't have gotten healed from. That's right, Sharita. Sharita has the best seat in the house. Welcome, Minister Paulette. The Gilberts, my people. Invite your young women on. If you know any young women that are at the age where they are exploring relationships and you're worrying about them getting hurt, or you know that, you know, the way Life and Love has it, they're probably going to get some kind of lesson. But I know Elder Ross, I know you holding on. And so share this tomorrow. Put it in their inbox. Don't embarrass them if you put it on their page. Let them decide if they like it or not. And let them put it on their own page. But if you have any young daughters or nieces or young women in the community in which you're in, your church, within your family, anywhere like that, and you believe they can benefit from some early life lessons on relationship, and even young men, because actually my position, I do have the honor of counseling wonderful people, and I've learned that we kind of stereotype problems and issues, especially soul issues, but how many of us realize now at the point we are in life that problems do not have a gender, they don't have a race, they don't have a specific anything. As life would have it, problems are what they are. Hello, Booker. Hello, Deborah Johnson. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. So I just want to talk tonight for a few minutes on basically setting some standards in your life. Setting some standards in your life. And some of the standards are really what I'm going to what I would like to do is to stir up in you some standards that need to be set in your life professionally, educationally, relationally. They can even be set up materially. But standards in your life of what I have learned this far. This is what you could journal it on your page. This is what I have learned this far. And based on this of what I have experienced this far, these are the standards that I have set forth in my life. Amen. Good. Let's listen for a moment.
They say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come nigh. You sent your word to heal us from all of our diseases. Your word is nigh unto me this day. According to Psalm 107, verse 20, I declare that I am healed by the word of the Lord. I speak to every part of my body, be healed. Spirit
Beautiful.
of infirmity, loose your hold over my life and the life of my loved ones. Let the fountains of infirmity, affliction, discomfort, and pain dry up now. Let poison and toxins dry up out of every organ of my body now. Neutralize the negative effects of viruses and bacteria, drugs and medical treatment now. I decree and declare that any and all physiological, biochemical, hormonal, neurological, organic, systemic, cellular, or molecular damage sustained from stress, exhaustion, medication, pharmaceuticals, drugs, medical treatment, x-ray, chemo, radiation therapy.
Come on, Cynthia Bazin, be healed. Periscope is froze. I wonder if it's your internet. Kelly, people are popping in.
My organs and systems. I speak healing to my glands. I speak health and healing over my mind. I speak health and healing over my body. I speak that my brain is healed. My frontal lobe, my parietal
All right, Natalie.
lobe, my occipital
Stay away from
lobe,
toxic.
my
Very good. We'll talk about some of that
the
tonight.
limbic system, the pituitary glands, thalamus, hypothalamus, amygdala, hypocampus,
Y'all having problems on Periscope?
medulla, brainstem, nervous system.
If anybody's okay on Periscope, can you give me some hearts?
Cerebellum.
Okay, I see hearts. They're going up.
They have come under divine alignment.
Hello, Reverend Monica.
You are functioning like God has ordained
to see
you
you.
to function. Father, I decree and declare that my mind is being healed.
Have to brush my teeth real quick.
Processes biochemically and
Had some good chicken. Thank you.
Let there be no misfiring.
Had some good chicken.
I decree
Oh, looks like you all are signing back up. Misha says they're okay. Okay, good. If you're no wonder it's not going down. It's the wrong page. We're going to be listening to that tomorrow at our private prayer time. We have prayer on Wednesdays. If anyone is in the area and interested, we have prayer at the Apostles House, 131 East Elliott Street. Yes, Rosa. From 6 to 6:30 is private prayer. The lights are dimmed. You can come in, sit in your chair if you're able to read, or you can, kneel in your seat, or you can go to the altar and lay at the altar, lay on the floor, bring your prayer blankets. You can kneel at the altar. It's open to you. But tomorrow, we'll be having the first 30 minutes from 6 to 6:30 will be private prayer time where you can come in and get into the presence of God by yourself. From 6:30 to 7, it will be corporate prayer. It will be more of an exhortation. We'll have tomorrow, I believe, our elders are praying. Some Wednesdays it's our prophets, and some Wednesdays it is our intercessors. But tomorrow our elders will be praying from 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. and then we will end our corporate fast that we do on Wednesdays and go into our Bible study lesson. So God bless you all. Welcome. Glad to see you on board tonight. How's everyone doing? Who has the best seat in the house? Who has the best seat in the house? Who's going to convince me of that? Who has the best seat in the house? Hello, Natasha McDuffie. Best seat in the house. Who has the best seat in the house? Who's going to convince me of that? Let's go, let's go. All right, looks like Gwen Moden jumped on first. She has the best seat in the house. Let's do it. Let's do it tonight. Oh, Reverend Cherie, Pastor D, Angie Martin. Come on, people. Yes. Let him be high and lifted up. Good. I see Vanessa. All right, Jackie Harden. Olivia, I see you. Come on. Cynthia Basin. She's got the best seat in the house. And she's sipping some good tea in her Soul Detox cup. Thank you for that. Thank you for your purchasing of the Soul Detox. It helps us to prepare for the conference that we have coming up. John Booker has the best seat in the house. Adoria has the best seat in the house. Adoria, you and I share a birthday month, don't we? Vanessa has the best seat in the house. Good, 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 good. Tasha, Minister Tasha does. Chevelle does. Y'all have to send me some pictures of these best seats. I do want to give a shout out to Pastor Lydia Ford. She took the clutter detox seriously, and she sent me a before and after picture of one of the rooms in her home. And I don't know if she made it an office or a prayer room, but she took the clutter detox sessions quite seriously and got rid of the clutter and made her a room of peace where she can go and enjoy herself. All right, Minister Misha. And I know Pastor D sent pictures in of her home office where she took the clutter detox session seriously, and she removed all the clutter and all the excess out of her office space at home. So now she's able to not just see her desk, but to be in a space that is open for creativity and with a clear, non-cluttered landscape that she's able to look at. So glory to God. I give a shout out. That would be the testimonies for tonight for those two who took the clutter detox seriously. And Pastor D and Pastor Ford, that's why y'all are pastors, because y'all have that kind of heart to hear the word and obey the word. And they got rid of the clutter. I don't know about anyone else on here, but I know for myself what Soul Detox has done for me. It has opened up Suzanne. It has opened me up to let the me out that I had never met before. I'm very interested in her. I'm very interested in this journey. I didn't have to come out of anything. I just had to let myself out. Remember the session? You are the CO. You hold the keys to that prison that you've locked yourself in. Just unlock the door and let yourself out. And that's what I've done. And I've been on this serious redecorating of my natural home, which I know for a fact is just a manifestation of what's happening on my inside home. That my soul has been redecorated. It has been rid of some clutter and some junk and some waste, and even just some special things that I just don't want to keep anymore. And I want to bless other people. They're not junk. They're not cluttered. It's blessings that I want to share to other people. So I'm enjoying the new me. I wanted to blame it on the birthday that I just had, but it started before the birthday. It started with Soul Detox. So I'm more adventurous. I'm more daring. I've been in HR all my life, so I'm used to the browns, the blues, and the black. You know, and you represent a company. You don't go in there with all those colors on. You go pretty professional, and neutral was always safe. But I came out of that box. I let myself free with Soul Detox, and I'm exploring and I'm enjoying the journey that I am on. Is anyone else enjoying the journey that you on? Has anyone else started the journey? Have you started the journey? Come on, someone say something on the screen here while I drink my red Kool-Aid. No one's talking tonight, huh? All right. I don't know if Periscope is all right. There's no hearts or anything going on. I hope they're okay. Y'all all right, Periscope? Flipping it around on y'all. Okay. Nisi says she has started the journey. Good. Very good. All right. Let's talk for a little bit tonight. First, let me share this, because by the end of the night, we get really pumped up. Then I start running around looking for the time. Very good, Natalia. Very good. Thank you. Ooh, very good, Angie. Let me read this for a moment. I need the encouragement. It was painful, Regina. Absolutely. Yes, Paulette. Cherie, very good. Yes, Rosa. So it's really time for our conference. We've got to get together so we can update each other and share. Yes, Elder Ross. Absolutely. All right, Colin, started. I'm telling you, you know, when the teacher has been changed by what's being taught. It's worth it for other people to try it. Thank you. Anya's putting up the website, SuzanneMHoward.com. Go and subscribe. I'm not asking you for anything. Just go, hey, Virtuous Love, just go and subscribe so you can be in the know when I send out other short teaching videos. I send out blogs and information, and just stay in the know with us. Hello, Nicole. How's the baby? I had you laying hands on her all through January, and now she's here. Welcome, Journey. Beautiful. Good evening. Good evening. All right, tonight I want to talk about, oh, come on, Lulu. Why not? I think I'm going to see you all next week, Lulu, on Monday night. Welcome, Evangelist. Thank you. Rhonda West, welcome. Welcome, Imana. Come on, Rivera. Absolutely. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you. It was very painful. I actually literally cried with some of y'all right on here. Very good, Susan. Awesome. Very good. And you are welcome. And thank you. Thank you. I think Periscope's having problems because I see my AV tech girl has just logged back in. Let me see if I can move it around a little bit. I don't know if it's going to help or not. I just want to make sure it's not going to slide down over the volume again and have me with them Indian faces on like it popped up last week. But it gave me a good laugh. I needed a good laugh. Good. All right. Listen, tonight we're going to talk about the I will not. This is more relationship. This is more relational. And if you're not in a relationship, don't worry about it. Save it. It will come. You will need the information. You can share it with someone else. But more than anything else, it's information that you can use in a few other areas of your life. It is not gender specific. This is for men. This is for women. This is for young. And this is for old. But this is a list. So Periscope is freezing, huh? This is a list. Let me just see something real quick, Periscope. If I can help y'all and turn something off here. Is anything on here that should not be running? My God, and it takes so long to pop up. iPhones only work when you first get them, I'm telling you. I'm going to turn off the Bluetooth and just see if I could keep it. Oops, did I kick them out? I did. Go back in. All right, everybody who's on Facebook Live and Periscope. Facebook problem? Come on now, don't start. All right, Misha's back in. A few people are coming back in. Very good. All right, we're going to do what we can tonight. Is that Colleen Deacon? Okay, I see Chevelle setting up hearts, so people are in on Facebook Live. Hi, Madison, Nolan, Prophet Chase, what's up? I want to talk tonight about the I will nots. This has come from a lot of wonderful people that I have spoken with. It has also come from, that is Colleen from Florida. Hello. It has also come from a lot of counseling sessions that I have had one-on-one with people since starting this ministry journey or just this journey of Soul Detox. Over the 30 days of January, I have really learned a lot about what people were going through, and it's needed as a coach, as a minister, as a pastor, to know what it is that people go through so that we can be efficient in what we do. Of course we hear from God. Of course we get our revelation from God. But it's good to hear what people are going through so that we can remain relevant in our teaching and preaching and coaching in their life. So tonight, we're talking about, as I had already said, the I will not declarations. So you may have a little time to journal tonight. For those that are believers, there are some scriptures that will be given out tonight. And as I always state, if you are not a believer, don't worry about it. Use it as affirmations in your life like you would any other author's book. We just happen to believe that this is the final resolute word of God and we stand on it. But there's no law against it. You choose what you want to serve. And hopefully something that we teach tonight will inspire you and ask you to find out more about our faith. And you can go to the website, SuzanneMHoward.com, and find out how to be a believer, or just stick with learning about your soul. That's the first point. I've stressed it so much since we started on January 2nd that through my discovery, because of the way the soul is set up, that in Genesis, the Bible teaches us that man did not become a living being until God breathed the breath of life to him. God gave him the breath of life, and he became a living soul. So our soul is something every single one of us on this earth has. It doesn't matter whether you're a believer or not, or you believe in something else, or you believe in this. It does not matter. We all have a soul. There is no discrimination about it. We all have a soul. So the problem is our soul has a fantastic memory bank, and it stores all the data from the moment of, I don't want to really say conception. I don't have enough evidence of that, or I haven't studied it enough, but I'd say from the beginning of life in the womb. You're a living being. You're a soul, and your soul is already recording data, sounds, mommy's voice and daddy's voice, and any weeping that the mother goes through, any joy that the mother goes through, even music that has been scientifically proven. And people would actually put music to their belly so that their babies could be turned or made interested into some of these great composers and different music, and just doing a lot of things for a baby that's still inside the womb. Why? Because the world found something out. The world found out that there's one thing we all have in common, and besides that we are all earth beings, is that we all have a soul. And the soul has a fantastic memory bank, so much so that it's better than a hard drive on the latest computer. It has stored and it remembers every single thing that has gone on since the time that you became a living being in your mother's womb. So what happens when we get older in life, everything we've gone through, every good thing, every bad thing, every sad thing, every dysfunctional thing is stored in our soul. And we never find a place to talk about it. We go through most of our journey as children. Our most pivotal and detrimental years are when we were our children. The least amount of time of our life actually has the biggest impact on our life. Now we can, make it to 80 years of age, but the first 18 years of our life has more impact on the remaining years than the remaining years has on the beginning. Blah, right? Makes sense. So what happens with that? We become a soul. We have a living being, and everything's in it. Every word that was spoken over us, the rejection, the misunderstanding, the molestation, the casting away, the bullying, every single thing that we've gone through in our family, in our schools, through teachers or lack thereof, and it's all in our souls. And then we grow up and we try to go out and be adults, and something's wrong, something's off. We can't relate to people. We have trouble in relationships. We become very toxic with people. We can't keep a job. We can't get up on time. We can't go to bed at night. We overeat. We undereat. We can't keep the house clean. We can't speak a good word. We're up. We're down. We're depressed. We're giddy. We're on medication. We're on Weight Watchers. We're back on the elliptical. We're back out spending too much money. We just become a mess. And we call it on here living a toxic life. And we found out through our discovery, as I said, we started January 2nd, that the soul needs much more attention than we have actually been given the soul. And I have found out through, again, me being a pastor, meeting a lot of people, that one of the hindrances of keeping believers from believing and receiving the Holy Spirit and even speaking in other tongues is because the soul isn't right. So we need more soul counselors. We need more people to minister to the soul so that the soul can become healthy and we can receive the presence of God and live that life and that life more abundantly. So through all of that, this lesson comes out tonight of declarations, and it talks about the I will not declarations, and it's basically based on relationships. I'm going to use it from the male-female aspect, but you can use it. I'm not going to deal with this with my sisters. I'm not going to take this from my brothers. I'm not going to take this from my children. I'm not going to take this from my parents. I'm not going to take this from my co-workers. You can relate this teaching tonight in any area of relationship that you choose to, but you will hear me speak often about it being in a domestic relationship, a male and a female in a love relationship, or a dating relationship, or a marriage relationship. But it doesn't only work that way. It's very 3D-ish. You can use it in any aspect that you want to. So with all that said, I've made myself clear for those who are on for the first time tonight. The rest of us, thank you for hanging in there again. Tonight, our first I will not. Are you ready to write? Do you have your pencils? That's right, Colleen. Absolutely. And that's why we can't keep the job. We cannot get a raise. We say stuff we shouldn't say. Our thoughts are racing all over the place. Why? Because our soul is a wreck. Our life is a mess. And therefore we can't even believe, never mind receive. Very good, virtuous love. I hope so. I hope so. Again, if you have not subscribed, please become one of our subscribers. Just sign up to the, I think it says newsletter sign up. But either way, you'll get a lot of information from us. I haven't been much on it lately because we're still creating this whole ministry that we didn't know was going to turn into all that it has turned into. But I'm sending out some blogs. I'm definitely sending out some video shout outs during the day, sending out a lot of information. So please go on to the website and subscribe, SuzanneMHoward.com. And if you can, share this on your Twitter, your Facebook, and your, what other one do you have? Instagram account. All right, let's go. Tonight, ready to write. I will not go out with a man who has not asked me out first. Now remember, you can turn it any way you want. I will not go out with a woman who has not asked me out first. What are we talking about here? Why? Because he is getting a gift. What is wrong in 2017 still? Would we consider it old-fashioned, old school, that's too Bible, that's too Christian? There's a reason why you should not ask a guy out. Are you ready, single women? Where's my single ladies at? I will not go out with a man who has not asked me out first. Why? Because he's getting a gift. And if you do not realize that you are a gift, no one else in the world is going to realize that you are a gift. It is more than a religious stance. It is more than being holy. It is more than just having morals. There's a purpose of who you are. You are fantastic. You were created to be virtuous. You multiply every seed that is given to you in your life. We make homes. We make children. We carry them. We do a lot. And we have to recognize that we are a gift. And when we sell ourselves short and do not realize that we are a gift, the people that we present ourselves to, that we give our lives to, don't recognize that we are a gift. So for my sisters on here tonight, this one is for you. I will not go out with a man who has not asked me out first. Tag your young daughters in it. Tag some young women in this. Teach them. I know we're a lot bolder and a lot more confident in 2017, and we think this is too deep, too religious, too holy, but it's not. There's a reason for this, because you have to realize that you are a gift. Let me give it to you this way. Anyone on here like expensive items, expensive jewelry, expensive handbags, any things like that? If you like anything expensive, see, that's how we have to turn it around and how we think. You have to understand that you are expensive, that you are a gift, and that you are worth something. And if you cannot recognize, as we would say, the oil in your alabaster box, who else is going to recognize? That's right, Madison. We do have a young woman on here. Very good. If you don't know your worth, how do you expect anyone else to know your worth? I noticed that when you go to the store and you want to purchase something that's expensive, you know that it's never set out in the middle of the aisle. When you want to purchase something that's expensive, it's never just set out so that you can go and reach it and touch it and maybe drop it or get food on it or the oil from our skin on it. Whenever you go to a store, anything that they value, anything that is of any value to them, it's locked up. It's either in a glass case that you can look down in. You can bow down to the front and look in, or you can stand over the glass and you can look in the display case. It's usually locked with a key. Sometimes it's stored on a back shelf. But the only way to get to expensive things is by going through the representative of that item, the store clerk, the sales clerk, whatever we call it today. So anything that's expensive is usually locked away. Things that hold value are locked away. Things that have value to them, they're not just jumping off the rack and falling into your lap. They're not saying, buy me, I only cost $1. They're sitting up here like, you don't even want to ask the price of this. And I've heard some people who can afford this type of lifestyle actually say that if you have to ask the price of something, then it already shows that you shouldn't be purchasing it. That's something to think about. So if somebody has to ask your cost, ask your worth, or not know your value, that's already telling you that's somebody that shouldn't even be in your life. They're not even on the market for what you hold. The problem comes in is when we don't know our value. The problem comes in when we don't know our worth. So we're not locked away behind a counter. We're not put away on a shelf. We're right there falling off, just asking any man to just grab me, just pick me up and take us away and give me a happy life. I'm a princess and I want a knight in shining armor. You know you're not a princess. You have value. So you should not be easily obtained. You should not be easily intertwined in conversations. You should not be so free as if you're just somebody's giveaway that nobody holds a value to, that nobody has any stock in you. Nobody's depending on you, that you have no worth in you. Anything that has any value is always locked up and put away. And the only person that can ask, let's just say in this scenario, the store clerk or the person between you and them, make it God if you want to, whatever your faith is. But when somebody comes to check out something of any value that they are interested in, they have to go through someone else to get there. You ever go and let's say I bought a Honda before, and the salesmen are all over the floor, everywhere. Then you go in with someone who's buying a Mercedes or a BMW or something of even higher value of that. You don't see the car salesman running around chasing after you. They're sitting in their office because they know that anyone that comes to them knows the amount that they're getting ready to purchase, knows the value of what they're purchasing, and you're just a looker. So the salesman sits back very confident. He's not desperate. He's not running around trying to get your attention. He's waiting because he knows that anyone who comes to talk to him, because what he has is very valuable, they have to know the cost of it. But if you go into one of these other lots, they're running all over the place, ready to help you. Why? Because they're going to get us credit for that thing, no matter what the interest rate is. Do you get my point? Anything that is of value is locked up. It's not easy for anyone to get to. So especially if you're a young woman, I want you to know early. I want you to know your worth. Stop jumping off the shelf, running into everybody's arms who says you're cute, who says, that they don't want anyone else but you, that you're their wife. I got a lot of young girls that are in the 9th grade, some are even in the 6th grade, telling me that these guys are saying to them, you're going to be my wife. And this is not a male bashing put down, because trust me, we're going to work all the way through both sides of this spectrum before this week is over. But you have to know your value. Otherwise, you fall for every single thing somebody says to you. Every single time. When you know your value, other people will appreciate you. So remember that. Anything that's worth value is expensive. Anything that is expensive is usually locked up and put away. It's usually locked in a case with a key or put so far behind you that you can't even get to it until someone can come and show it to you. Think about it. So it's on a shelf, number one. Number two, you have to ask if you can go and see it. You cannot even go behind the counter and grab it. Why? Because now it's considered stealing. There's order. There's protocol when you want to see things that are worth some value to someone else. And you are worth value to someone else. Someone, if not anyone that you know, God holds value on your life. And you have to be in a place where you know your own value. Very good. Thank you for those that are repeating it. Remember, you are fantastic. We don't have to scheme and plot or beg to get someone to notice us or ask us out or even call us. For those that tend to go forward and you're a little more forward, a little more bolder, and you go and you ask guys out, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But my experience from this side of the table, when I'm talking with people and I'm finding out more about what happened to the relationship, what changed, usually I'll hear the guys say, well, I never even came on to her. She came on to me. So I was just riding it out until the ride ended. He has to know that he's interested in you. A guy will value what he's interested in. And if you come and promote yourself to him and you know, try to sell yourself to him, you're going to be considered a dollar store trinket instead of something very expensive that's on a shelf that he had to go through a couple people or a couple things to get to. Know your value without being stuck up. Know your value without having a stinking attitude. Know your value. Be friendly. Smile. Talk to people. You're bright. You're fantastic. You're not a dummy. But you're not for sale either. They need to know your worth. The problem is when you don't know your worth, you treat yourself as a trinket and you wonder why other people treat you the same way. Are you with me? So Proverbs 18 and 22 says, to the man who finds, isn't that interesting? He finds a treasure and he receives favor from the Lord. Proverbs 18 and 22. Proverbs 18 and 22. To the man who finds, the scripture says to a man who finds a wife, but to a man who finds, what does that mean? He found something. Normally something he was looking for. But when you jump off the shelf and you jump in his lap, right, you made it really easy. You hear my husband yelling through the doorway? Scared me. You made it so easy for him that he's just going to ride it out with you until it just ends. How do you know if he was interested in you? Because you came on him. So again, Proverbs 18 and 22. This will be our takeaway from this first one tonight. To the man who finds, you, he finds a treasure and he receives favor from the Lord. Absolutely. Number one, you are worth something. You have value. And the only way to get someone to recognize your value is you have to be put away. There has to be something between you and them that they have to connect with or communicate through in order to get to you. Stop falling off the shelf. Stop being on display in the middle of the aisle. Be busy with your career and your education and your life and your friendships and your travel. Explore your life. So when he comes for you, he knows the value and what you have, and he will want to have that investment with you. Thank you, Paulette. That's our takeaway. Our takeaway tonight is number one, Proverbs 18 and 22. To the man who finds, let him take the time out to find you, even if it takes him a long time. You've made your point. He's noticed you, and he'll get around to you. But once you go and you get him and you tempt him, you're going to have to plot, scheme, and beg to keep him in your life. And that is not worth it. Let him notice you. And if he doesn't, then he's not the one. Simple as that. And it may take him a little while. But what is your rush? Have you made it out of Connecticut? Have you made it out of America? Have you traveled anywhere? Besides going to South Beach with the girls, Dominican Republic, Jamaica. I hear these trips all the time. Wonderful trips. But how about really adapting to different cultures? Italy, Greece, France. How about going Hong Kong, China? Get out. Go experience. What is your urgency that you have to go and make sure somebody notices you, decreasing your value, selling yourself like a trinket, only to invest in 1 to 3 years with someone who tells you later on, well, you know, you never even gave me a chance to figure out if I wanted to date you. Yes, I like the looks. Yes, I like the 36, 28, 36. But I was checking out your mind. I was trying to see how you carried your credit. I was trying to see if you ever have money in your pocket or you're always looking for somebody to buy you something. I was trying to see how you keep your car. You know, guys will go through all of this stuff. We are the ones that jump so fast. But a guy will go through a lot to inspect a woman. So you can be a Louis Vuitton up on that shelf, or a Prada, or what's the other one, Givenchy? Or you can just be on the shelf saying, anybody buy me, I'll reduce the price for the next buyer. He who finds, let him find you. And may he find you doing something. And may you add value to his life and not take from his life, so that you can multiply together. To understand that when he finds, he's finding a treasure. He's not finding something that he can just go behind the counter and grab. All right, number 2. We can get to number 2 tonight. I will not Are you ready? I will not. Good comments. You're keeping up with me tonight. I will not go out with a man or a woman who keeps me waiting. Ooh. Hey, Beverly. I will not. Welcome, Migdalia, Denise Holter. I will not go out with a man, or you may be a brother on here tonight. I will not go out with a woman who keeps me waiting. Now, what does this mean? If you are not somebody's priority, it will show in how they value you. It will show in how they value you with their words and their actions. Remember, we taught this for 30 days or 40 days at this point. Behaviors reveal beliefs. Behaviors reveal beliefs. It doesn't matter what he's saying. Watch her behavior. Watch his behavior. It will be revealed if you really are a priority in their life. It will be revealed if they really know the value of you. Do they take you as a joke? Do they take you as just something to do when the girls ain't around or the guys ain't around or the one they really want to be with hasn't showed up yet? So they're spending time with you. You know, we called them spare tires and all kind of stuff back in my day. But you need to have your second will not tonight. I will not go out with someone who keeps me waiting. If you are not their priority, it will show up in how they value you. This could even be just with your girlfriends. How they value you with their words. Value you with their actions. Behaviors always reveal beliefs. If their behavior is unapproving of your value to them, then you are not a priority in their life, or they are just not convinced that you are the treasure that you want them to know that you are. Come on. There were 100 men polled. 100. And out of the 100 men that were polled, they all said they have never been too busy to call a woman they were really into. Do y'all hear me? My cell phone died. I ran out of minutes. I lost my cell phone and I just found it. My cell phone was cut off for a little while. So-and-so had my phone. I lost it in the mall and I didn't find it until 5 minutes from your house. Come on, somebody. You are not a priority in their life. And out of 100 men that were polled, that was asked the question, do they not like to call the people that they care a lot about or love? 100% of the men polled said they've never been too busy to call a woman they really wanted to talk to. The phone excuses. Come on, we've heard them all. Some of us have given those phone excuses. But 100% of the men that were polled all came back and said when they really wanted to get in touch with somebody that they loved or was interested in, they found a way to do it. They borrowed Pookie's phone. They will go to the store phone. My husband has even gone and asked people's phone while he's pumping gas. Can I use your phone? To call his wife. Now, it didn't start out like that. He didn't understand the value of a phone call. Brothers, if you're on here tonight, let me teach you. She likes to hear from you. She's invested in you. You are an investment for her. And she wants to know that you're all right, that the relationship is secure, that we are straight. The number one desire of a woman, of course, is love. But I'll say number two then. The number two desire after love for a woman is security. She needs to know that the relationship is all right. A lot of men complain to me that their woman is insecure. She's so insecure. One of the reasons why women are insecure is because of the insecurity she's sensing in the relationship. And I know what I'm talking about. I've known some really, did I say really? Some really good cheaters. But they did a good job with it. They called that woman. They brought her little roses home. They did little things with her, little players. And the woman was secure and didn't have no issues with him. And he was out doing his thing. You aren't even doing anything. And your woman or your man is stressing you and driving you crazy. Why? They're insecure. Where's the insecurity breeding from? Your relationship. Your lack of a phone call. Hey, how you doing today? Thinking about you. Your lack of a phone call back. Don't tolerate that mess from the rip. Let them know I'm worth more than this. If I have to chase you to call me, then I've got to go. It's very important. Love is number one for a woman. And number two, she needs security. So our number two tonight is I will not go out with anyone who keeps me waiting. If I am not a priority in their life and it does not reveal through their actions and their dealings with me, I've got to go. Bye bye so long. You're not worth it. And I want to catch you early in life. And if you're not, under 50 years of age, then I want to catch you while you're revolving and evolving and recycling in life at a part where you're like, look, I'm drawing the line of some things I'm not going to deal with. You don't want to be bitter. You don't want to have this list of things that you just have to stand by, that there has to be some standards in your life of what you're just not going to tolerate anymore. Don't have time for it. So we need love and we need security. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 says, love is. And one of the things it says is love does not demand its own way. So what does that mean? He has to know, or she has to know, the value of bringing security to you. You can't have your own way. We're in a relationship together. How can two come together unless they agree? We have to agree. And it is important for me to hear from you during the day. I like to hear from my son. My son travels with his job. And I told him the other day, I says, look, you're grown. I can't tell you what to do. I still love you. I'm still concerned about you. I mean, I gave you birth. He gave you life and I gave you birth. I gave you breath outside of the womb. I just want to know if you can just tell me on Mondays the name of the hotel you're staying at. You're in different towns. You go out to eat in different restaurants every night. You're meeting different people. You show me a picture of a girl you met in the restaurant. You and her went out later on that night. But then what? I don't even know where you're staying. I just know what state you're in. No, it's not a control thing. It's an I love you thing. I want security in our relationship. And this I'm talking about is with mother and son. I want to know that you are okay. And a phone call can keep the security in the relationship. So there's nothing wrong with a phone call. Stop feeling like you have to have your own way and I'll see you when I get in. I ain't checking in. No, you got a problem. If you call love control, if you call love checking in, you've got a problem. By this example, I can't go on by your whole relationship tonight now. I can't speak for your whole relationship. I have to hear the details. But this right here, you have to give. You have to have empathy for your partner, not demanding your own way. Okay? The Bible also says love is not irritable. They shouldn't be telling you things like, I don't want to talk to you. I just left you. I'm not in the mood for you tonight. You're just too needy. Maybe you are too needy. We can find that out too. If you make an appointment, maybe you are too needy. However, if that is not the case, this is not something that you should be tolerating at all from the rip. Now, this, of course, doesn't apply to married people because y'all made a vow. So now you got to go get counseling and find out where things broke off. Where were we ignoring the fact that we weren't walking together and agreeing together? Somewhere one of us ignored something and thought it would get better or thought we could tolerate it. And now that we're married, made a vow, realized that it didn't get better. I want out. Nope. Counseling. That's what you get. But for the rest of the people, don't do it. I will not be with a man or in a relationship with anyone who keeps me waiting. Now, that doesn't mean, that I'm running late. What it means is they are purposely, intentionally ignoring you. Number 3, love keeps no record of being wronged. Think about love now. Is that really what you have? If you have someone that has to have their own way, that is always irritable towards you and always keeping a record of how many times you did something wrong to them, I encourage you tonight to go back to step 1. Let's work on step 1. Let's work on getting you to recognize the treasure that is in your earthen vessel, your heart, your mind, your soul. You're beautiful, you're loving, you're giving, you're nurturing. But if you don't recognize it, step 2 is already out for you because you're going to deal with a whole lot more than that. Let's hit number 3 before we go. Number 3. I will not date a man, or you could say a woman, I will not date a man who isn't sure he wants to date me. Whoa. Now you will be surprised how many times this has happened. How many times this has happened. Whew, this is a heavy one. Someone say unstable is unsure. Unstable is unsure. If he is not sure he wants to go out with you, he's unstable. Because he should tell you, you're not my type. Some men are a little more honest nowadays. They'll tell you, we'll just be friends. And I got a friend thing on here too. I will not be his friend and give him benefits. Come on. I will not be his friend and give him benefits. I will be his friend without the benefits. Why? Because an unstable person is an unsure person. What does that mean? Come on, somebody saying it with me? Very good. It's popping up on the screen. Unstable is unsure. In the Bible, James 1:8 reads, their loyalties are divided, and they are unstable and divided about everything. It's not just you, baby. You're with someone who's just enjoying 10, 15, or 20 years of dating. And they're not making up their mind about anything in their life. And more than likely, the woman before you took care of them. And more than after you, the woman after you was going to take care of them. And sir, she was a gold digger before she got with you. She's not unstable. She's unsure. Why is she unsure? Because she knows her answer is no. But she's going to waste your time, suck up your life, maybe drain your resources. And the man after you, she's going to do the same thing too. Why? Because her unsureness or his unsureness only reveals an instability in their life. They are unstable. And anyone is unstable in all their ways. Watch their life patterns. Watch the pattern. Remember the thread? And it becomes a whole rug. Remember? It started out like this, something you thought you would ignore. Now you got a whole pattern showing and revealing. They're unstable in all their ways. Do not waste your time. And let me say this before we go out tonight. If you've had to let someone go, either they left you or you left them, but you know from your heart you had to let them go. And the one thing that I knew that kept me in bad relationships longer than they deserved was the fact that, is he going to be what I thought he would be with the woman after me that he wasn't with me? So should I tolerate a little bit more? Should I stay in a little bit more? Should I invest a little bit more? Because I don't want to see him change with her that I couldn't get out of him. Honey, if you couldn't get it out of him when he was with you with the benefits, he's not going to do it with you if you bring him back in. So she may get a better version of him. But if you got him back, you're going to end up with the same version. So don't waste your time and your resources and your treasure and your investment waiting for somebody to change. They're unstable. Let them go. An unstable person, an unsure person is not just unsure or unstable with you. It's in their entire life. Check out the pattern. Somebody says they thanking me so much for this teaching tonight because you know now. You making it so much about you. You're so self-absorbed in your pain and what he or she is not doing for you. But you forgot to look at the rest of their life. Do they pay their bills on time? Do you sit there while you hear them lying to other people on the phone? It's in their DNA, someone said. But we can fix that. It's in their soul. We can fix that. These are all soul issues that we're dealing with tonight. Behaviors reveal beliefs. They are unstable about most things. You will see partial loyalties. You will see it. You know, little things that make you hold on. Partial loyalties to the things they really like. But given the right issue, they'll drop that thing too. Trust me. An unstable person is unstable in all of their ways. Thank you, Tabitha. What is the takeaway from number 3 tonight? Are you in a relationship to be someone's mother or someone's father? Or a life partner who deserves love, honor, and respect? That's your takeaway. Take a look at this relationship and decide tonight. Am I in this relationship to be his mother? Am I in the relationship to be her father? Or am I in a relationship where I want to be loved, honored, and respect mutually? Because if you're in this relationship and you're finding yourself being someone's mother or father, get out while you can. It's not worth it. See, these are the things that we do in the beginning because we love them. I have a sister that shared a testimony with me, and she told me how she met a guy, and he would buy her little stuff, and so she loved it. Oh my gosh, she just thought she'd met the right man, loved it. About a year later, he was starting to, buy her clothes and insisting that she would wear the clothes that he bought. So now she's like, well, I don't really like these patterns. I'm not into these designs, but I'll wear it when I'm out with him to make him happy. Well, then another year later, they're 2 years in the relationship. They're living together. And guess what happens now? He gets rid of all her clothes, and now he's picking out her clothes every day. So what did he do? He started changing who she was into who he wanted her to be. And guess what happened? She lost herself. Isn't that amazing? So see, some of the things that we tolerate in the beginning that we think are nice, opposites do attract. We are attracted to opposites, but you have to watch it, because the opposite thing that attracted us is the thing that we wish we had in us. That's what the opposite is. We are attracted to what's in them that we wish we had. He has a good heart. Oh, she speaks up for herself. Oh, he's a giver. Oh, he's a saver. They have something in them that we wish we had. And that's the attraction. But guess what? After 6 months or a year, that very thing is going to be the thing that drives you crazy, because you're going to find out that that thing is in excess to what it should be. I don't have time to go there tonight. But I want you to have your takeaway tonight. Look at that relationship. Are you someone's mother or someone's father? Or are you their life partner? Love, honor, respect, mutually together and growing. Very good. We're getting it tonight. Well, I only got to 3, and I've got how many more to go? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got to hit 6 more. So, if I'm not on next Monday, I'll come up. If I don't come back up this week, I'll come back on Monday. So listen what we're going to talk about. Let's get your friends on. Get your friends on. Maybe I'll give one a day. Maybe one nugget a day I'll finish this out on. So we started out with, I will not go out with a man who has not asked me out first. And I gave the reasons. I will not go out with a man who keeps me waiting. I will not date a man who isn't sure he wants to date me. Listen, I will not date a man or a woman, it's my brothers too, who makes me feel sexually undesirable. What is the big deal with that? That's a very big deal. I will not date a man who drinks or does drugs to an extent that it makes me uncomfortable. Major thing to look out for. I will not date someone who is afraid to talk about our future. Commitment phobes. We got to talk about this stuff. I will not, under any circumstances, spend my precious time with a man or a woman who's already rejected me. I will not date a man who is married, or I will not date a woman who is married. I will not be with a man, or in your case, maybe a woman, who is not clearly a good, kind, and loving person. What does that reveal, and why do I ignore that in the beginning? Woo, I'm dealing with the soul. I'm digging in, and I'm pulling this mess out. You're dealing with people. You're starting out relationship with people who are addicted. You're starting out with people. Thank you, Susan Patrice. You're starting out relationship with people who you know are not good, kind, loving people. But you think what? You think that this isn't going to manifest in your relationship? You're ignoring the fact that they're still married? Maybe not even on paper. We'll talk about that. You are going to stay committed in a relationship with someone who will not talk about your future? You're dating someone with commitment phobias and you think this is okay? How about your codependency is keeping you in these relationships? And we need to deal with you, not them, because they're pretty sure in their unsureness. They're pretty stable in their instability that they don't want you. But why won't you let them go? Why do you keep dating these people? Why do you keep making room for these relationships? Why do your girlfriends get to treat you the way they do? And why do your guy friends treat you the way you do? Why does your mother treat you the way she treats you? Why do you treat your mother the way you do? You've got soul issues. Listen, I can get going on this all night, but we're going to end. I'm going to give you this hors d'oeuvre that I gave you tonight. And I think what I'm going to do, I think this will work best. I will do a soul detox and drop a nugget every day. And then we'll gather again on Monday and we'll wrap it all up together. Send in your testimonies from what you've heard tonight. Send in your testimonies for each day that we're going to talk about the remaining of these. I'll go through them again, what we have left. I will not date a man who makes me feel sexually undesirable. I will not date a man who drinks or does drugs, especially to an extent that makes me feel uncomfortable. I will not date someone who is afraid to talk about our future. I will not, under any circumstances, spend my precious time with a man or a woman who has already rejected me. I will not date someone who is married. And I will not be with someone who clearly is not a good, kind, and loving person from the beginning. These are all things that we ignore that take us out later on. Well, we're going to go. I'm going to look for your testimonies. I'll drop the nuggets. I can't promise that they'll all be 9 o'clock at night, but if you stay tuned to my page, you'll be able to catch it. This broadcast is going to go right up. As soon as I push this finish button, it's going to go right up on the page. Please hit replay. Send it to some women and some brothers that you know that are maybe still healing from the last relationship or in one now, and they just can't make up their mind. You know, one of my major flaws was, is it me? Am I really giving my all? Am I asking too much? Am I expecting too much? And when I got a hold of this information right here, I found out that I should have left a long time ago. So I hope that this has blessed you tonight. I pray that above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. I bring you greetings and blessings, and be encouraged, be happy, enjoy your life, and look for these nuggets each day. And please, when you hear each nugget, send in a little testimony. Let me know your questions so I can go deeper into some of the questions that you have. And let's get ourselves together. And lastly, I have decided that I'm going to do a private retreat. I'm looking to take away no more than 10 people, no less than 5 people for a weekend. And we're going to deal with this right here. It's going to be a relationship weekend. Now, here's the deal. You can grab 5 of your close friends, or you can tell me I'm the only one I know. Let's do it. And I will get 4 other people, or if we can get up to 10 other people to go away, and we'll go away for a weekend, and we're going to have a theme weekend. I will not. And we're going to deal with the I will nots. Maybe you have some for your family. Maybe you have some on your job, or some things that you're just not going to put up with when you meet new people. Whatever it is, it's going to be an I will not weekend. And I'm looking for 5 to 10 people, male or female. The more mix of the group, the better. But I need you to inbox me, tell me if you're interested. And then I can send you information on the house that we have rented, where we're going to be staying, any costs that are involved. We will take care of making sure that your meals are cooked. You'll have free time. But we're going to dig in on these soul issues to find out, why is it that this toxic mess that we've been talking about tonight keeps you attracted instead of detracted to what's going on in someone's lives. All right. I love you. God bless you. Please watch the replay. Send it to someone that you know that can be blessed by this, that can benefit of it. And watch the nuggets during the week and send me. It's very important to send me your questions or your testimonies to let me know how this is hitting home to you. I love you, and God bless you, and thank you for being on here tonight, because airtime is expensive. God bless you.